Since the pre-patch went live, there's been very few updates sent out by Blizzard, so you might think absolutely nothing's changing. But actually, there you'd be wrong, because there's been one really significant change for any of you that have been leveling monks or plan on leveling monks, and then trying to get some gear from doing Twilight dungeons before Mr. Pandaria actually launches. I do want to say a quick thank you to Lil Dragonslayer on my Discord who actually pointed this out, but it's quite significant because there's been one really minor annoyance if you've been playing a Windwalker monk in particular, or even Brewmaster, and that's been the fact that Knockaled does not have the monk tag on it. So up until this point, you could not get Knockaled. Your only option was to get Kirill, the Fury of the Beasts. Now, I literally checked this earlier on today, so this is a very, very recent change that there's been no news about at the moment, but it does mean when this drops in the Twilight dungeons, you can actually get it and use it now as a Windwalker monk, and you can spend 70 fragments to be able to buy it. Now, it's been kind of a pain as a Windwalker monk, either being forced into using the two-hand or being able to get one, let's say a one-hander from the raid if you've gone and done Dragon Soul on normal or heroic, but then having literally nothing you compare it with. So obviously it was a change that we was kind of expecting and just hoped would happen, but it has now actually happened, and there's been absolutely no update about it as of this moment in time. But I kind of don't expect there to be an update about it because Blizzard at the moment are extremely quiet, which there's nothing wrong with as long as they're actively working on getting Mr. Pandaria ready and making it as smooth a launch as possible. But to my knowledge, as someone who actively looks for blue posts every single minute of every single day, no one really has been talking about the fact that Feral DPS had a really significant buff as well, this maintenance just gone. Now, if you're part of the class Discords, you'll know about this more or less immediately when the servers come up, but if you're not part of the class Discord, specifically the Druid one, you've probably got no idea. But Savage Roar got a stealth buff this week just gone where it got an extra 5% damage. Now that 5% damage is extremely significant because I play with what I would consider to be a very good Feral DPS, and that 5% really shot him up to the top of the charts. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't normally do significantly good DPS, but his DPS was noticeably different just with this 5% buff, on top of all the brilliant Feral DPS adjustments they've made ahead of Mr. Pandaria launching, which to be completely honest don't make a massive difference now until they've actually got Dream of Cenarius, which they won't get until level 90, but this flat 5% damage buff from Savage Roar is absolutely huge. And really, there's been no news or no announcements or no class tuning post or anything like that. As you know, I'm an absolute monk lover, so really this video's purpose was purely to let you know if you've got a monk and it's been annoying you that you can't get the Knockaled one-handed weapons, now you can. I just wanted to mention the Feral DPS stealth buff at the same time. Now, I won't drag this out any longer than it needs to be because it's really only that one thing that I wanted to highlight. But if you want to see me stream, I stream over on kick.com/Scottejaye, streaming pretty much every day, 10 to 12 hours a day. Like during the pre-patch, I'm streaming far more than I'm putting videos out just because I want to play the pre-patch as well. And as always, pick up your Rested XP guide, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.